Now, it is over to the chairperson of the board to take us through regarding, as we stated, to give us updates on the 2019 and 2020, both activity and financial statements. Over to the chairperson.
Chair.
I told you we are doing it.
He wants he wants an update. No, it is just to update them.
The 2019, this thing is over. Report our 2019 report until our financial testing with the auditors are completed.
To the Parliament.
Yes, we have forwarded the activity report.
How about the financial?
The finance, the auditors are auditing the accounts.
Then it's not completed.
No, the accounts are not yet completed. Both the accounts and the GPPA
That's
review.
for 2019.
2019, yes.
Yes, that's the essence of this meeting. You said the 2019, 2020 activity reports are completed.
Yeah, the activity report for 2019.
And those ones are submitted.
They have been submitted.
Okay, that means you are clear for the activity reports.
Yes.
Now it's for the financial statements.
That one, the accounts have been audited now. For the 2019 accounts.
They are audited.
Yeah, it's under audit now.
Or they are auditing now.
Now.
Both 19 and 20.
Yes. And the review for GPPA also. They have already completed their review and they are yet to send us out their report.
So that's why you are called for you to give us an update on the state
Yes.
of affairs of now the report, the activity is cleared. You said that is done and submitted. Now it's for the financial statement.
Yes. The activity for 2020 is not done. Only 2019 was done.
What are you saying?
2019 is submitted.
2019 activity
report is submitted. 2020 is outstanding.
Submitted.
Yes.
Hmm? Say what?
How many copies did they submit? Copies, number of copies.
Yeah, how many copies have you submitted?
No,
for 2019.
We submitted on soft copy. Only
not
one.
the hard copy?
No, not the hard copy. Because we normally bind them together, both the activity and the audited accounts.
Now the 2020 is not yet submitted?
No, for the, yeah.
Why? Hmm?
Yeah, why?
Yes.
It will be submitted.
Pardon? I said, not will be. I said, why?
Why? The activity report?
Yes.
Yes, well, we're just waiting for the completion of the financial statement audited, because there are certain information that we normally include in our activity report from the financial statement. That's why. And when it is completed, we'll do the activity report.
That's a norm, or that's the...
That's the practice we normally do. Because
we normally do.
Yeah, because we work.
You don't work on your activity report until and unless the financial statement is audited.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because if you look at our past activity report, because we have certain areas that deal with financial activities of the stadium, which shows the financial difficulties of the stadium.
I think the best part is both are done independently. You do your activity report and your financial decision, your auditor do the auditing. The auditor, in fact, will do the auditing, sometimes trying to compare what is in the activity report. The activity report will guide the auditor to do the work.
In certain areas.
So I'm coming. It will not be like you wait until when the auditing is done, then there's the time you prepare your report. The report will be guiding the auditor to do the work. The auditor does not rely only on the figures. Try to establish the facts of activities that are within the activity report. This is what is in the books, that the finance you have spent on this and this activity. What in the activity report? Is it there? It can be on every query. You said you did this activity, you spent so and so, but in the activity report, there's no report of such, or no activity of such. So I'm not convinced to say that it is the audited report that will dictate the activity report.
Not dictate entirely, but certain aspect of it.
Yeah, whatever aspect may come in, you cannot wait until when your audited report is finalized, then that's the time you'll work on your activity report. Usually, we have problem with the audited report. Institutions will have their activity reports ready.
A long time.
But they will say our financial report is not coming because either GPA has not completed or the audit office has not completed. For us, we have done our works and submitted to them. It's left for them to do their auditing, but we are done with our work. But usually we don't have problem with the activity reports. If not all, most of the institutions, they've submitted their activity reports. All what is pending is their financial statement, because that one, the GPA is coming in, and then the audit office is also coming in. That is not entirely under you. So that may delay that process. Well, this one is entirely under your administration. I will not hold that the absence of the financial report could delay the activity report. That cannot be an excuse.
Yes.
And if we are trying to do that, I don't think that's a best practice.
No, I think the reason we are doing that was the stadium was heavily indebted. And there are certain things that we normally take from the audited accounts and put it in the activity report.
No, you should not
if that's the case, then we have to.
You should not be doing that. Do your report, whatever the stadium has produced as its activities, just report that.
Okay, all right.
And let the auditors also do their auditing, period.
Okay.
If they have queries around the activities, they can make reference to that.
Okay.
Okay, otherwise you'll be denying them or be somehow trying to cover up certain things. If you want to wait until when the auditing is done, then that's the time you'll be preparing your auditing. In fact, how can the auditors be doing their auditing without the activity report? I wonder.
No, you refer to the previous year activity report, not the actual. Now, if the activity report or the audited accounts of 2019 is ready, that's where we take some information for the 2020 activity report. But as you said, yes, we'll adjust to that.
No, you cannot even be picking.
We'll submit.
You cannot be picking activity of 2019 and slot in for 2020.
No, because if you look at the continuation of the debts, it continues throughout the year, throughout.
No, debt is something else, but activity is another thing.
Yeah, but if you look at our financial, our activity report, we have certain area that we call the financial state of the independent stadium. which shows the state of the Independence Stadium, how indebted and how difficult it is with the finances. And we picked that from the...
Yeah, I know that can be carried forward, but
Yeah,
whatever the
that's
case,
what we do.
the carry forward can be mentioned in the report.
Yes, but when it comes to the other activities, that one is done. It has nothing to do with the audited accounts.
Yeah, whatever the case, even whereas you may be carrying, I am saying that you cannot wait for the finalization of the financial decision that will now allow you to prepare your activity report. Okay, the 2019 is done. The 2020, there's no excuse to say that it is because of the financial decision, that's why it is not done. That has to be completed.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now we come to the financial statement. So the 2019 and 2020 are under auditing, both of them.
Yes. Yes.
How far?
Yes, for 2019, they have started looking at the vouchers. Yes, they are presently at the stadium looking at the vouchers. So as soon as they finish, they will continue 2020.
They are now with 2019.
Yes, looking at the vouchers.
But when did you submit the 2019 to them?
When?
When did you submit? Because we did call you during our orientation.
Yes.
And gave you our program that will have committee sittings in June, July, and in October as well. So whatever work you're supposed to complete, you should endeavor to do so. When did you submit your books for auditing? The 2019?
2019. It's since, I think, we submit 2 weeks before we came here.
That's around June, in
Yes,
June?
Yes.
Since then, nothing is done?
They have been working at their office with the reports, and then now that they came to the stadium to finalize the vouching.
4 months. That's why it's important for the auditor to be represented. Because you are saying you submitted the work 4 months ago, and up to now, they cannot finish 2019, let alone add 2020. Honorable colleagues, you've had the explanation advanced by an independent stadium. 2019 activity report is completed and submitted in soft copy, and 2020 is not completed. For the financial statements, both 19 and 20 are not completed. It's only 19 that is right now under auditing. Even 20 is yet to be touched. What's your take?
I think comparing, even though it's not what we expect, but comparing them to other institutions, at least they are in 2019. But some institutions are even behind 2019. But notwithstanding, we shouldn't encourage them to break the law, because as per the Constitution, it says that institutions must submit their audited reports 3 months, 6 months after, by March of after the previous year, and government 6 months, other institutions 3 months. So saying that they are still ahead of other institutions doesn't mean that they shouldn't. I think we should still push them, like you've mentioned, to give us, when I walked in, I had the general manager telling us that they have the state of finances as at now. I think they can give us that report, then we can have an idea as to what to expect, and then we can work on that, pending the audited report, if they can provide that for us.
State of finance.
But I think that is across it's not only Independence Stadium, it's across the board. And I think we should make emphasis that whatever it is, by April, we should receive the financial statements of the previous year, because that is what the law says. And as lawmakers, we mustn't encourage institutions to break the laws that we made. Otherwise, as lawmakers, we can revisit the law and give them more time if need be, because they, I mean...
I don't think we should go to that for now.
No, yes, it is, because it
yes.
it is the problem.
No,
It's
yeah, I
always
think,
an
yeah,
issue.
I think before that we should not be going
No,
to that.
it's an issue. And that is the problem with every institution that we have met.
Honorable, let me learn. About any shortcoming you may see in the law, we reserve that. Please, I don't think...
Honorable, I'm an honorable member. You cannot
I
direct me as to my...
I'm just appealing to you. I'm not saying that... I'm appealing
But
to
the
you.
thing is, that is a problem, and they should know.
Yes.
If there is a problem, they should know, because we expect them to bring their report at a specific time. And
Yeah.
if it is not only them, it is across the board. So it needs to be revisited.
Yes, let's reserve whatever we may have with the law. Let's reserve that. What we have here is that law that is guiding us. So there is nothing that we can do with that now. I think I will not say you are trying. You are not trying. You are not trying. Okay? We call briefing. All institutions were called. What she is saying, I think this was what we were emphasizing. If we are to go by the Constitution, before the end of the year, 3 months after the end of the year, rather, you should have completed working on your reports. We call you and reminded you for that. That's enough as a committee that we can do. If institutions are not living by that, for whatever shortcoming, we cannot call that an effort or trying. We are talking of 2019 and 2020. By now, if we are to go by the law, we should be talking about 2021. If we are to go by the law, 2021. 4 months you were called and you put that to your external auditor for them to work on, and 4 months they could not finish that work. I don't think the external auditor, if actually what you said, that was what you did, they are doing justice to your office. The seriousness that we have shown, and they were present when we were addressing all the institutions. 4 months, they cannot still complete 2019. I cannot see any seriousness in that work, honestly. And we cannot go by that pace if we are to do the work. We have the 2019, you said the auditing is on, and 2020 is yet to be started. Honorable colleagues, I think there is a need for us to hear from their auditors. Because if they cannot put that concern to the auditors to work effectively, we should show our seriousness and concern to them. Now that they are not here, what should we do? Mr. Clark, can you check your program again and find time to reschedule them? They appear with their auditors. This delay, we cannot allow it to continue. We will give them time and then deadline as when we expect this 2020, 2019, and 2020 both to be cleared, as we are prepared to see in all the institutions or agencies that will appear before us. An independent stadium cannot be an exception. we'll find time to look at the agenda and then call you together with your auditor so that they appear and they will give you the time frame when we expect the work to be submitted once and for all. And for the activity, that one will equally give you the deadline for the submission of the activity report. And that one should be within this sitting period. We are sitting up to the end, or up to November. And before the end of the sitting period, you'll expect to get a date from us when you're supposed to submit both you have already done the 2020 activity report. You should not wait for the financial report for the submission of your activity report. Okay?
The activity report will be submitted next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't accept the hard copies without the financial statements. The soft copy you have seen, that's why we just kept it there. We didn't share with you.
Okay.
Unless the financial statements that are coming.
Now, if you are done with your soft copy, you can send that. Now, when the financial statement or statements are done, then you can send them with the hard copies of the activity reports. Okay? For the meantime, we need the soft copies of the activity reports.
Yeah, we already sent 2019, then 2020 next week you will receive it. Yeah. They are currently doing the accounting. I think we wrote to them before, and then it took time before they came and started the work proper.
So,
but he was submitting documents to the auditors, you know,
okay.
And then they were working on those documents, and they have now started physically on the ground to do the auditing.
Yeah, I think we need to help each other because we are trying to, do this thing just to ensure that, at least we perform our oversight functions. And this time around, this 6th legislature, this committee, we really want to close the gap. And by doing that, we want the cooperation of all the institutions. We don't expect institution, come in here, and at the end of the day, nothing happens, and we start putting blames on certain individuals. But this is a responsibility that is given, and each and every one of you are working. So let everybody do his or her responsible work, so that at least we can get these things. Because, in fact, to have an auditor like Honorable Njai said, you are around 2019. We want to get, maybe by next year we start, dealing with 2022 or 2021. At least that's where we can definitely perform our oversight function, and also to ensure that everything is put at the right perspective. So I am appealing to you and to the other agencies or government, whatever department, to try to bring these things, at the right time, place.
Yeah. Yeah, we will fully adjust accordingly, definitely. We will fully adjust accordingly. It's our collective interest, so. Yeah. Yeah. I know you are concerned too, that's why. Okay.
Thank you. 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 Thank you
will adhere to that. The only thing is the practice is only the chairman, the general manager, and the finance manager that we are invited, and that's what we continue. But if we knew that it was, at least some other members of the board, yes.
Yeah, you can have chair at least, but
I move for the adjournment of the meeting till tomorrow morning.
yeah, we move on.